Yeah, happy Sunday to everybody, Happy Kwanzaa to my African people. Today we're going to do another video on how to educate yourself about plants, herbal medicine, good herbal medicine. And today we're going to concentrate on the endocrine glands and the herbs that affect the endocrine gland in a positive way. Stress, anxiety, high cortisol level, depression. Because a lot of the people in the world living in a stressful society. Stress, work stress, woman stress, man stress, children stress, all kind of stress. But we have to learn to use plants that act as adaptogens so that we can adapt ourselves to the stressful environment that we are living in. So I'm going to teach you today how to use herbs to balance your stress, drop your cortisol level, and prevent your heart from palpitating if you have what we call anxiety. You have panic attacks. Show you some herbs. And last night, I did a flushing of my digestive system, a clean up my whole system. I'm doing a fast for 5 days. And today, I'm only drinking coconut water. You all can't do that. If you all do these things, the sick care building will never see you all and your all children and your all family. We got a call from a brother today we did a consult today. The brother said all he did is follow my programs and he's doing much better, So you all have to follow. And don't forget, this video, if it's not on my page that have the dot, the blue dot, it is a fake page. Don't forget, my page have the blue dot, meaning I'm verified. All the other page is fake. So we're going to put that up on the video also. Coconut water. All right, now, because we are living in a stressful society, we have to use herbs that do different things to the endocrine glands. Hypothalamus, pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenals, ovaries, prostate, pancreas. Yeah? They all are part of the endocrine system. See? So when we are treating trouble in the endocrine glands, we have to look at the patient and we have to know if the patient have energy or if the patient is lacking in energy. We have to know if the patient or the client have anxiety or the mind is not calm enough or they have insomnia or they have mild to moderate depression. If you have severe depression, please go and talk to a medical doctor, a psychologist, or a person who is trained in that area. But we deal with mild to moderate depression, anxiety, and stress. And the next video I'm going to do for you all is them sex organs. How to keep the sex organs and the man healthy, keep the man penis rough, and the woman sex organs healthy too. She could have what you call an orgasm. We're going to talk about that next week. It's a plant. She's a plant that they use. Yeah? And the first one we're going to talk about is oat straw. Oat straw. I call it milky oats. And look at right here. See this herb right here? It's called oat straw. You see what it does? It strengthens and it nourishes the nervous system. Don't forget, it strengthens and it nourishes the nervous system. Look at right here, oat straw. Yeah? I have it in a formula called endocrine and nerve formula with kava kava. All right? It strengthens and it nourishes the nervous system. It is also important for pain when you have sciatic nerve and that pain is moving down to the spine, and it is also significant for spinal stenosis. Yeah? If the nerves is exhausted and you have what we call nervous exhaustion, this herb here works wonderful for that. It is also significant for anxiety and ADHD and OCD behavior, especially in children and adults. And we're going to have a program on schizophrenia, and I'm going to teach you how you could fix them things with herbs, because Jehovah God, Yahweh, put herbs on the earth for every single disease and condition that we have. This herb also restores the emotions. So when you have trouble with emotions, you have like a grieving sister, a grieving mom, somebody who died in the family, and they have emotional stress. It restores the emotions. It also relieves withdrawal from caffeine and nicotine. This herb is a wonderful plant, you know. It's very significant for the nerves. Don't forget the herb. It's called oat straw. Yeah? Next one is called Schisandra berry. And this is the Chinese plant we call Wu Wei Zi. The benefit of this plant, it calms the nerves also. It is what we call a calming adaptogen. It strengthens the adrenal glands. It strengthens the pituitary gland. It strengthens the hypothalamus gland. We call it the HPA axis. The HPA axis is telling us that the hypothalamus, the pituitary, the adrenals is imbalanced. So what does herb here do? It acts as a calming adaptogen, but it strengthens the adrenals. It strengthens the pituitary. It strengthens the hypothalamus, what we call the HPA axis. So usually, if a woman is past the age of 50 and she have what we call ER breast cancer, we know for a fact that the woman have the HPA axis problem, meaning that her adrenal glands is what? Is sending a signal back to the pituitary to produce more prolactin, and usually women who have what we call a pituitary tumor, we know for a fact that she's getting it from the HPA axis, from the hypothalamus gland that affects the pituitary, and the pituitary is not supposed to work with all the hypothalamus. And then the adrenals in turn start sending back a signal back to the pituitary and says, pituitary, produce lots of prolactin. And the pituitary says, well, I'm in balance also, so I'm going to produce all of that. And you get a pituitary tumor from high prolactin levels. And if the woman is over 50, she gets what we call ER breast cancer from the HPA axis. Facebook and YouTube go and do the research. This herb called Schisandra berry also normalizes immune activity, and it normalizes the endocrine and the nervous system. It normalizes them. And when people say, oh, you know what, the nerves is hard to repair, you know, but God put plants on the earth we call nervines to normalize the nerves and to strengthen the nerves. Yeah? The peripheral nervous system, the autonomic nervous system, and the central nervous system. So this herb normalizes immune activity, endocrine, and nervous system. This herb also protects the liver from environmental toxins like drugs. It also protects the liver from viral damage, from hepatitis B and hepatitis C. And if you can mix this herb with milk thistle and dandelion root, you're going to get a better spectrum of this particular plant called Schisandra berry. Don't forget, Wu Wei Zi. This herb also helps with athlete performance. If it mixed with Siberian ginseng or even Panax ginseng or American ginseng, we call them adaptogens that give you energy also. This herb, Schisandra berry, good for athlete performance, but it also promotes what we call mental clarity and focus, especially if you have a child that can't focus and have ADHD. This herb works wonderful for that. Let me give you a bit more of this herb again. Look at it right there, man. This herb is a wonderful plant. This herb helps with bladder prolapse. If you have a prolapsed bladder, you can use this herb with pipwissa and another herb called raspberry leaves and forge unicorn for a prolapse or a uterine or when the woman have what we call a prolapsed uterus. It is also important for urinary frequency. If a man have an enlarged prostate gland, and we use some herbs to shrink the prostate gland, and the man is going to the bathroom every so often, we use this plant and mixture to what? To remove or get rid of the urinary frequency. This herb also act as a herb that deals with premature ejaculation in men. When the man come in and he go and he breaking too fast before he enter the vagina, this herb works for that. With another herb called Romanian, because it works on the kidney and it strengthens the kidney because the kidney is the water organ. So it helps with premature ejaculation, mild asthma, and we call mild asthma when you have wheezing, we call it mild asthma because what it does, in Chinese medicine we say, kidney not grasping lung. You have to learn them things. You see what I'm saying? You have to learn them things about good herbal medicine. So when you have a mild asthma attack and you have wheezing, we know for a fact now that the kidney is not grasping your lung, because the kidney and the heart and the lung work together because they're brothers and sisters. You have trouble in the kidney, you're going to have trouble in the lung. You have trouble in the lung, you're going to have trouble in the heart. You have trouble in the heart, you're going to get trouble in the lung. So usually, when you have mild asthma with wheezing, we know for a fact now that you have your kidney is not grasping your lung. Yeah? Take a little herb. It's called Schisandra berry. Lots of things this head does. Let's go to the next one. Next one is called Ashwagandha. And I guess a lot of you all know about this plant. This plant is very significant, man. It's what we call as a Schisandra berry. It's a calming adaptogen. A calming adaptogen and also a nervine to reduce what we call anxiety and stress. This herb called ashwagandha is a Vedic medicine. So we're mixing all the medicines together. It stimulates libido in men as well as women. So if you're stressed out and you don't want to handle sex, and your husband or your wife come and they want to have some sex, you do some ashwagandha and you mix this herb with damiana to stimulate libido if it's coming from stress and your penis can't get hard because you're all stressful, and the woman can't get turned on because you're all stressful. We use this herb to stimulate libido, and with another herb called what? Damiana. But it is also good for low sperm count. Plus it is also significant for when you have thyroid troubles, especially if the trouble is coming from the parathyroid, because the parathyroid controls the adrenals, hate, envy, jealousy. You know what I mean? Bad mind. That's coming from the parathyroid, which affects the adrenal glands. This herb here works on all that. This herb also acts as an antispasmodic plant, meaning that you have spasm of the lung, spasm of the spine, spasm of the muscles. It works as an antispasmodic. It is also good for fibromyalgia. When you have pain from that particular condition they call fibromyalgia, you can use this herb with the same Schisandra berry, oat straw, and some linden flower. Yeah? It is also rich in iron. And lots of women who is iron deficient or have what we call iron deficient anemia, it can work wonderful for iron deficient anemia with parsley, yellow dock root, another herb called chickweed, nettle leaf, and you can use some sorrel or hibiscus, and it helps to fix your deficient anemia. And it also works for when you have fatigue, when you have all the endocrine glands are weak and you get all tired. This herb works wonderful for that. And it also helps to what? To build muscles. It's called ashwagandha. Let's go again. Good herbal medicine. This herb, this is called Panax ginseng. This is the most we call it the stimulating one. So this one is more for older people who pass the age of 60, whereby this one is called Siberian ginseng. Yeah, look at right here. Yeah. So there's a different, this one is more mild, this one here is more mild, and this one here is more stimulating. So lots of people who is older, we give them this one here, and a lot of the younger people who want to study and want to have energy, we give them this one here. Yeah, it's most mild, or American ginseng. Guess what it does? Benefits. Again, this herb acts as a mild adaptogen, an immune amphoteric. I want you to learn the word amphoteric for me. The word amphoteric means that the immune system is either overactive or compromised. If that immune system is overactive or if it is compromised, we know for a fact it's not working properly. So we give you amphoteric plants, meaning that if the immune system is low, it normalizes the immune system. We call it immune regulators. If the immune system is high, it regulates the immune system also. See? So if you have any kind of autoimmune disease, this herb is a wonderful herb to use for that, with licorice and turmeric and other plants that act as adaptogens, okay? All right? This herb also reduces fatigue from stress and elevated cholesterol and depression. So it is also, although it is a mild adaptogen, And don't forget the word adaptogen. Adaptogen means that these herbs will help you to adapt to the stressful environment that you are living in. Yeah? But it's also an immune amphoteric, balancing back the immune system. It is what we call an immune regulator, not only for the glands. It reduces fatigue from stress and depression. Why? Because it helps to control elevated cortisol level, which is a stress hormone. Man, Jehovah God put plants on the earth for every condition that we have. It also promotes energy. So it balances back your stress, but in the process, it promotes energy. Yeah? It prevents stress-induced mitochondrial dysfunction. The mitochondria. Don't forget, man. These herbs are significant. You know what I'm saying? We don't go to the MAO inhibitors. We don't go to the Paxil, and the Xanax. We don't go to those. We go to these herbs right here. Yeah? But if you have severe depression, I always say to my patients, always go and see a medical doctor to find out why you have the severe depression, okay? But if you have mild to moderate depression, you can add this herb with some St. John's wort, because St. John's wort have a compound called hyperacin that helps to normalize mild to moderate depression. Let's go to the next one. And the next one is what? Skullcap. Skullcap, beside another herb called Lady Slipper, is one of the best nervines around, man. It builds the nerves. It is a nervine for nervous exhaustion, like oat straw. Yeah? It works for tremors, especially if you have Parkinson's disease, brothers and sisters. Yeah? If you have Parkinson's disease, we give you this herb with another formula called L-Dopa. And we give you some other nervines. And we go to the B complex, and we go to the magnesium, we go to the GABA, calm GABA, we go to the L-theanine, we go to the ashwagandhas, we go to the linden flower, we go to the hawthorn leaf and flower. It's a lot of them, man. God is great. But this herb acts as what? A plant that helps to build back the nervous system. It also good for neuralgia. It is also good for restless leg syndrome, Tourette syndrome, muscle spasm, muscle spasm and Tourette syndrome is what we call in our medicine liver wind patterns. So when you have what we call liver wind patterns, we know for a fact that you're going to get spasm in the muscles. So you have to know. That's why I want to teach you all about herbal medicine. So skullcap, Siberian ginseng, or Eleuterio, ashwagandha, yeah, Schisandra berry, let me go over here, and oat straw. See them herbs together? Man, they will balance any kind of stress you have, any kind of depression you have. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of stress, any kind of depression, any kind of troubles in the brain and the mind, to calm the mind. And the next one we're going to have, after we talk about the sex organs, we're going to teach you about how to calm the mind if you have schizophrenia. God put them on the earth for us to use for healing. Yeah. You see? You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I'll put back on my glass so you can see my eye. Dig that. Yeah. You know? But you have to go to a trained herbalist to fix your problems. These herbalists out there who just telling you that plan for this and that plan do this. It don't work like that, people. You know, one herb will take a longer time to work, whereby we put herbs together as formulas, as compounds. And in that way, we have all the herbs doing different things to the endocrine glands. Some tonifying the endocrine system, some stimulating the endocrine system, some giving you energy, some working on anxiety, some working on you, preventing you from getting troubles in the mind, in the nerves. If you have nervous exhaustion, especially if you're working 24/7, a day, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 8 days a week, 3 jobs. You're going to damage your nervous system. You're going to mess up your endocrine system. You're going to stress out yourself. And then you get weak adrenals. And once the adrenals become weak, it starts to affect all the other endocrine glands. You see what I'm saying? And then you start having trouble in the nerves. You start having trouble in the brain. And then they come and diagnose you all with all these conditions that they tell you all can't repair. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Once you know what is causing you to have your condition, trust me, Jehovah God, Yahweh, put herbs on the earth for all these conditions. I fixed my stroke, I fixed my epilepsy, I fixed my migraine, I fixed my high blood pressure. Yeah? You follow me? You all could do it. It only have incurable people. That's what it is. Because all the cures are in your midst. You see? We don't cure nothing. You see what I'm saying? I don't use the word cure. I said to you that your body can heal itself. Once you can put your body back in balance, the body have the ability to heal itself because Jehovah God, Yahweh, He created this machine right here, yeah, to live forever. Know that. And that's the reason why when you get cut, you heal. Because the body was made to heal itself. That's my motto. That's my principle. You see? But because a lot of us put our body back in balance, it don't work properly. Liver don't work good. Kidney don't work good. Heart out of balance. Lung out of balance. The brain ain't functioning good. Ain't feeding the brain no nutrients. So then the body becomes so imbalanced that long term, when we get older, it starts to malfunction and they give it all these different names. Fibromyalgia, Crohn's disease, ileitis, colitis, sinusitis, mucus colitis, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus. They are all coming from irritation, which cause you to get inflammation because all the itis is inflammation. You follow me? You see? So once you can get rid of the inflammation or irritation, you can get rid of the inflammation. And that is why the medical system is important to take your CRP, your C-reactive protein, your sedative rate to look for inflammation, your protein to see if you have multiple myeloma, your IgG, IgM. They are important. You see? But they were not taught how to fix nothing. And that's when they come and tell you there's no cure for nothing. But the body heals itself. Don't forget that. We're in New York again next week, if God give us health and strength. In New York coming up this week. And, somebody dies. We're going to try to get the body back down to Grenada. You know what I'm saying? And then we want to make sure that a lot of people stay healthy, eat right, fast. All the prophets fast. From Moses to Jesus to Christ. All of them fast for spiritual and mental and physical rejuvenation like I'm doing today. And I'm only drinking what? Coconut water. For 3 days, only coconut water, and I have energy to burn. But you know what? My organs is now regenerating, and they go back in balance, so I don't get the disease long term. Bless the love and give thanks and praise to the Most High, Jehovah God. Blessings always. 631-530-2329, and we have a new product coming out now called glucose tolerance. It's going to be in capsules, and then we're going to have another product, another formula coming out called drain dampness for people who have trouble in the kidney to get rid of excessive amount of water. Okay, soon. Patrick Dow's holistichealing.com, and don't forget the blue dot is on Patrick, the right page. All the other pages are fake pages. Give thanks and praise to the Most High, and don't forget to love your neighbor as yourself. Blessings always.